Hey everybody, Chris here with Klingspor's Woodworking Shop. We have got some exciting news. Been a while since you've seen me, but we're about to do some really cool stuff here in North Carolina. If you haven't heard, we have got a massive show coming up. Yes, the Klingspor's Woodworking Shop Woodworking Extravaganza is on tap, and this will be the 22nd annual version of this. Now, you might have remembered the last couple of years, we've done a virtual version of it. Doesn't really hold a candle to the live show, but man, it has still been fun. But what we're going to do this year is we are coming back live and in person, and we are taking over the Hickory Metro Convention Center, and it is going to be a fun time. I was just sitting here browsing the catalog, looking at some things, and just excited about all the different sales and the deals and the vendors and the clubs and the classes and just all of the things that are going to take place. Now, for those of you who can't make it to the show, don't worry, we're still going to have a virtual option, just like we have the past 2 years. But this year it's going to be better because we'll have live events and stuff that we'll be able to go see at the show. So even if you can't make it, it'll be like you're there, sort of, without all the smell of sawdust and fun and other things that goes on at the show. But there's a lot of things going on, so we're going to take a look at that. But even if you're not local, let's stop here for a second. If you're not local, it doesn't matter. We've got people from all over the country and even some coming in from out of the country to see this show. There's going to be a lot of really cool demonstrations going on. A lot of your favorite vendors are going to be there. Maybe some of the newest tools that maybe aren't even available yet. There might even be at the show. You never know. So, if you're curious to know more about the 22nd annual Klingspor's Woodworking Shop Woodworking Extravaganza, well, we're going to show you today some of the ways that you can go and check it out yourself. It's well worth it. So just go to our website, and that would be woodworkingshop.com. And you can go there either through a mobile device or through some kind of computer. Doesn't matter. We don't hold bias whether you're a Windows guy or an Apple person. It doesn't matter to us. So woodworkingshop.com. Go there, and if you'll notice, right on the front page, there's this really cool, colorful yellow banner with a giant apple and a hand plane. If you click on that, what you'll find is it'll take you to a site that's dedicated to the Woodworking Shop Extravaganza. Now, I'm going to tell you, this has been a very cool show. We started this such a long time ago. We got a lot of cool memories, actually, from this show. But let's take a look at just what you can expect. Obviously, you're going to cover the times and the dates and everything like that. But if you look closely, you'll notice that the first thing on the list is the plant tour. Now, we're going to offer this on Friday only. So if you're interested in seeing a tour of the Klingspor Abrasives plant, which it always is a big hit, you better get there early, get your name on the list, because there's going to be very few limits here. They got 14 per tour, and you're only got 4 tours all day. And this is, again, Friday only. But you'll go over, you'll get to tour the plant to see where the abrasives are converted and where certain things are manufactured. And this is a very, very cool facility. They just did a new addition a couple of years ago, and this plant primarily is running off of solar power. So it's a very cool plant, very cool place to go see. And if you've ever wondered where in the world do these abrasives come from, well, you can go there and see how they're transformed from a big giant roll into, well, whatever it is you're using to buy them, whether it be a disc, a sheet, or a belt, or whatever. So go there, get your name signed up, go check out the plant. You'll enjoy the tour. It'll be well worth it. So let's get back to the extravaganza. We also provided you with a floor plan. Now, check out the logos for all your favorite vendors. And if you look up there in the top, in the middle, you'll see this little media station. Well, that's where you can come say hey to me. Most of the time, I'll either be there or I'll be walking around the show interviewing guests or demonstrators or vendors. I'll also be doing some CNC demos throughout the day. Speaking of CNC, we got a lot of cool things going on in regards to that. Amana is going to be there. We'll have Klingspor there. And as far as CNC goes, Axiom will be there. Shark, we'll have something set up for Shark. We'll have Phantom will be there. So there's a lot of things going on with CNC. Then we've also got a lot of things going with finishing. A lot of your other favorite manufacturers are going to be there. So Rikon, they'll be there with a lot of their cool stuff. Jet, Powermatic. So I mean, there's packed so full of things. You're just going to have to show up to really see what it's all about. So keeping going down the list on the Extravaganza website, we're going to have some clubs there as well. The North Carolina Woodworkers Association is going to be there. They're going to be having a little Learn to Turn series there. Christmas ornaments, honey dippers, and snowmen. So a lot of cool things going on in that. If you can go check out, you can learn how to turn something on the wood lathe if that suits your interest. Maybe you like that turning Thursdays with that Chris Stinson guy. Well, you can come learn to turn yourself at the show. So keeping on, we've got more clubs. The Catawba Valley Woodcarvers is going to be there. And this year, they're not only hosting their normal carving competition, this time we've got the IWCA Canvas Decoy Championship. Now, this is, if you're a duck carver or you like looking at decoys of birds, these are all made out of wood. This is going to be an amazing competition. So if you're into carving, you definitely don't want to miss this show. Come check out the birds and the bees. If you go with the honey dipper, you can learn about everything at the Klingspor Woodworking Shop Extravaganza. So check out those couple of clubs. There's even more clubs. There'll be the Catawba Valley Woodcarvers will have a booth. Not only are they doing the carving competition, but they're going to have a booth. You can come join the club, any of these clubs. We've also got Dave Signs is coming in. Eric Roten, man, I'll tell you what, if you've ever wanted to learn how to carve a sign with just a hand router, maybe CNC's not for you, come and talk to this guy because he can give you some tips on how to do it. And if you've never watched any of his stuff, you definitely want to go see. He does everything by hand, and it's just phenomenal. So Dave Signs is going to be there. There's so much stuff. You got to browse this website yourself. I'm not going to cover it all for you, but I'll give you some highlights of everything else that's coming on. So back to the site, and we're going to look it over. So the Carolina Scrollers are going to be there. Come learn the scroll saw, how to learn how to go in here and do some scroll saw details, learn different tips, and join the club. There's so many clubs going to be here with a variety of different options. There's something that's going to meet your needs. So come check out the Scrollers. The demo schedule will be available. You can come check that out. The North Carolina Woodworker, they'll have different demonstrations going on. Not only are they going to have a booth to learn to turn, but they're going to have different demonstrations going on. So check the class schedule and see what works for you. If you're not off checking out the plant tour, come check out one of these demos. So there's a lot of things. If you're looking on, there's things for children. So if you bring your kids, bring your wife, bring your husband, whoever the woodworker is, bring your family with you, because this is not just for woodworkers. We have a lot of kids that like to come, and there'll be a whole series where they can learn to turn pins or anything on the wood lathe. And there's a lot of kids get very interested in woodworking because they've come to this. And I've seen a lot of spouses come to the club or come to the show and wind up buying a mini lathe or something themselves, and they end up turning better than their spouse does. So it's quite cool. So you can see just a basic list of just some of the vendors that are going to be there. There'll be more on there. As things get closer to the show, a lot of this is going to change and it's going to get updated. George Wurzel, man, does some amazing turning. He'll be in the Rikon booth. So a lot going on at the 22nd annual Klingspor's Woodworking Shop Woodworking Extravaganza. I'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there. If you are, come by that media booth or wherever you see me roaming around the show and give me a high five or a thumbs up, or just say, hey, I'd love to meet you. Maybe you're from out of town. I know we got people coming in all over the country that just love the show, and they set aside time to come by. If you're coming to the show from out of town, make it a weekend event. Come to the show on Friday and Saturday. We're real close to the mountains, and this time of year, the leaves are just amazing up there. So you can go to Boone, you can go to Asheville, anywhere, any direction, north or west from Hickory here, and you'll be able to see the beautiful fall colors of our mountains. So we'd love to see you. I hope we do. Definitely come by and say hey. And if you missed it at the beginning, I'm Chris with Klingspor's Woodworking Shop, and we are here talking about the Klingspor's Woodworking Shop 22nd Annual Woodworking Extravaganza at the Hickory Metro Convention Center, October 21st and 22nd. Hope to see you there. Have a great day.